Yo guys, what is up? It's your boy TRUEDBZ back with another video, and today, sad as I may say it, this is the last episode of the celebration week of 2021. As of recording this, it is currently January 1st, 2022, but you know, the weekend days didn't really line up, so I just kind of had to hold that. But Happy New Year's to everybody. Hopefully 2022 is a lot better than 2021, but with 2021 on the mind, let's finish this series. So we've gone a long way since the very first episode back at the beginning of the week, and now we're at the end where I finally get to talk about my top 5 videos I've ever recorded for the channel. So every video is up to grasp, so let's just get this started. Okay, so starting off, the honorable mentions list goes to Boss vs Dash Round 1. So this video was released on May 23rd, 2021, and it was a Dragon Ball FighterZ video with Boss and Dash duking it out in matches. So this actual set was actually probably one of the funniest matches that we as in the squad have ever done. Even though you can't hear our commentary in the video itself because I wasn't recording at the time. If you watch the video, you can probably easily tell how it was going, you know, between all of us, and particularly Dash and Boss, since they're the ones fighting. But it got really chaotic in that session that we had. So just like the last video, I'm gonna go over the pros and cons, and then yeah, we're gonna continue on with the list. So the first pro is the unique fighting style. So what I mean by this is that this video in particular was like hella toxic in terms of like how Boss and Dash played each other. Because now correct me if I'm wrong, if Dash or Boss are watching this, I'm pretty sure Dash wasn't playing Dragon Ball, at least not that much when doing the video. So first of all, he was hella rusty, and both of them play on Wi-Fi, so you can just imagine the amount of, like, you know, frame drops and crazy bullshit that happened. So unique fighting styles basically sums it up to how much bullshit they can get away with, you know, with the game allowing them to, and the netcode and all that. And if you watch the video, you can tell Boss in particular were abusing the fuck out of that. So yeah, it was definitely really funny. I wish I recorded our interactions, because that would have been funny. That would have easily made it like a top 5 video, but it's here in honorable mentions due to the low fight quality and the commentary, which it has none. Low fight quality basically just means since they both played on Wi-Fi, there was like a lot of drops and a lot of, if you're good at the game, you might not enjoy this video that much, considering, you know, there's a lot of combo drops, a lot of the characters, you know, aren't played optimally. So if you want to see optimal gameplay, this is definitely not the video for you. But if you just want to see some chaos ensue on Dragon Ball net play, it's definitely a video for you. Okay, so honorable mention number 2 goes to Philia is a Mixed Monster. So this video was released on November 6th, 2021, and it was a Skullgirls video with matches between myself and Superstar 252. So this guy actually made it onto my top 5 opponents list. I'm not gonna spoil where I put him on the list, but just to let you know, he is on that list. So he's definitely a major reason why I believe this video was good. It was just good sets overall that we had like a ton of fun. Even though there was no interactions between myself and Superstar, the commentary that I had on it was definitely a lot of fun. I was pretty much excited throughout the entire session. There weren't any really like major like salty, you know, interactions. Like there weren't any times where I was just straight up like mad or anything. It was pretty chill overall, and we just had some really fun time. The only thing that kind of draws this video back is that its runtime is really long. So that may not mean much to some people, but to me, in order to have like an optimal video, In terms of runtime, I like to keep my videos within the 15-minute to 20-minute time mark. A lot of my videos go beyond that, but if I can help it, I try to stay within the 15-20 minute mark. And this video is essentially an hour long. So I mean, if you don't mind long, run times, then this really isn't a con. But for me, I like to keep my videos within like a certain threshold if I can help it. But this video in particular was so tightly, it's a video where if you break it into parts, you kind of lose context for certain things if you don't watch the other parts. So I feel like I had to upload it all in one go, that way you can get the full scope of the set. So if long run times don't bother you, then this video basically has no cons. It was a fun time to record, had some interesting matches and some fun commentary, so this one definitely earns its spot as a honorable mention. Alright, so the very last honorable mention for this list goes to my wish list for Season 3.9 on Dragon Ball FighterZ. So this released on July 10th, 2021, and like I said, it was my wish list for Dragon Ball FighterZ Season 3.9 patch. So this video basically is more of an experiment than anything. When I first created this video, it was more of a what if I did this type of scenario. But once I started getting into the nitty gritty of writing the notes for the video and actually getting the gameplay, I was like, this video could be something. And I'm very glad that the video did as well as it did. Like I said in my other videos, that it's still my #1 video on the channel in terms of actual my own content. I'm pretty sure the Dead Apostle Noel video is my #1 video right now. But in terms of my own gameplay and my own content, it's still #1, which is great because I put a lot of time into that video. I believe it took me like a week in order to complete it, so it took a long time, and I'm really glad that it did so well. So there's really only one con and then one pro, honestly. The video itself is really simplistic, which is why the list is very small. It's basically let me just say this, the biggest pro is the fact that it was basically my very first video where I was able to voice my opinion in a meaningful way. So what I mean by that is, how in regular commentary videos where I'm just chilling with the squad or something and I'm just playing matches, most of the time I'm not really thinking about recording and trying to voice my opinion and trying to make a point. It's mostly just me trying to have fun, or if I'm kind of tilted, I'm just kind of out of it. But this video in particular was it feels like the legit first time where I actually put my opinion out there and I was able to speak about a game that I love, and I'm just very glad I was able to do it, and it did so well. The only con that I have with it is its runtime. It's basically an hour long. And so, like I said in the previous honorable mention, if a long runtime discourages you from videos, this video definitely might not be for you. Luckily enough, I did put timestamps for every single character, so if you only want to look up my opinions on specific characters, then you can do that. But if you want to watch it in its entirety, you better bring some snacks and a drink. It's gonna be a while. So like I said, if long run times don't really matter to you, then this really isn't a con, but it's definitely gonna be a while to complete the entire video. But either way, it still did really well. Like I said, it's still my #1 best video on the channel in terms of statistics wise, is my best video. So I'm really glad it did that well, so it definitely earns its spot as a honorable mention. Okay, so number 5 goes to TAC Reviews. So this video came out on December 13th, 2020, so basically 2 years ago. This video was a review for my video Krillin Blue Vegeta and Super Saiyan Vegeta #2 by my mentor Tack Jersey. The reason why it makes this list is because this video really shows my weakness as a player, especially at that point when it was, first being made. It wasn't a video specifically made for the channel. I kind of just caught the clips on his stream and I uploaded it because I felt like it was important to, keep in my archive to see how much I've grown in the future. And not only did it show my weakness, he actually proved that, aside from talking about, player specific stuff, he really taught me just how to play fighting games in general. Like, there were a lot of just general tips that he told me that pretty much applied to every fighting game that exists. Like, outside of Dragon Ball, like it applies to Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Guilty Gear, like you name it. Literally, some of the tips he gives me applies to all those, which is why I rate it so high as number 5. The only thing that is kind of bothersome about the video, and like I said, it's the only one, is the limited banter. So what I mean by that is I wasn't able to really talk with him, since he was streaming at the time and we don't share Discord. So it was basically me just typing in chat, and so if I had to respond to something, like it happened in the video and then he said something about that, my response wouldn't happen for a while, since Twitch is pretty delayed when it comes to its responses. So in terms of like banter and like getting unique perspective, if you're really paying attention to something, then it won't catch you off guard. But if you're just listening into the background and it feels like everything's delayed, if it doesn't bother you, then it's not really a con, but it definitely is noticeable when I rewatched it for this video. So definitely a really good video and earns its spot as number 5. Alright, number 4 goes to Dragon Ball FighterZ netcode and community. So this video released on November 26th, 2021. And it was a Dragon Ball FighterZ battle between me and Departed Voice 7. So this video was kind of a side video that I created on the side just to make content for the day. And luckily enough, it's probably one of the most toxic and, interesting sets I've had. So basically, a rundown is I fought this guy in a 1-2, and so basically I at the time wasn't playing Dragon Ball all that much. In fact, I took a break for about a week before I uploaded it, so it was basically my first online match basically. And so basically he got overconfident after the first match, and basically he decided in the second match to actually just give up both of his characters so he can 1v3 me. Because in the video, in the first match, I actually made a comeback with Krillin, who is my best character, in a 1v3. And so I guess he wanted to prove a point that he could do the same thing to me, and it didn't really work out for him, now did it? So basically that's why it earns this spot, just because the incredible comeback I did on, round 1, and the fact that, in round 2 I showed how toxic he was and how toxic players will pretty much always get beaten out by good players. Now, I'm not saying I'm good, but, if you don't take me seriously, then, you're going to be caught slipping, and I will take advantage of it. So the only thing that really holds this video back from being in a higher spot is there's no real special editing. It doesn't even have my classic intro and outro in it, and it doesn't have any special music or anything. It's really just the fights from recording it on the PS4. So there's no real special editing, and there's no commentary to go along with it, so you didn't really get to hear my opinion and commentary throughout the fight. You kind of just have to assume what I'm thinking while playing. But honestly, like I said, this video is so unique and like so baffling. You can kind of sense the mood as you're watching it, so it definitely earns its spot as number 4. And let's go on to number 3. Alright guys, so I'm gonna cheat here a little bit. This is probably the hardest time I've ever had making a top 5, because all of the top 3 is essentially the same video but from different perspectives. Well, technically that's not true, but let me say this. So I'm gonna just say what the top 3 is. So number 3 goes to we playing Dragon Ball, not fighters. Number 2 goes to pure chaos, and number 1 goes to blocking what's that. So this video trio right here actually happened within the same afternoon. In writing the script for these videos, I noticed that the release time was literally like days apart from each other, which means they were pretty much all within the same time frame. And when rewatching the videos, I realized that it was, and no wonder why these 3 made the top 3, because it's essentially the same thing. Like, it was me, Pretty, Boss, and Eldo all fighting each other in Dragon Ball. The only difference is that there are different people fighting in each video. So I'm gonna cheat here a little bit, and I'm just going to the order is still the same, but the reasons why is pretty much universally the same, and the only difference is the interactions that happen in the video. And I can't go play by play about who said what and who did it and stuff like that, because that would just take forever. So I'm just gonna tell you, well, you already know which is my order, but the pros of all these videos is the very fun commentary with all 4 of us interacting with each other, and the chaotic battles that ensued, with me fighting Pretty with a team that's hella toxic and net play inducing, fights between Boss and Pretty, and then Eldo and Pretty. Like, these 3 videos really shows what the peak of the squad can be when we're playing the same game. Like, I don't think there's ever been a time where we just all just start just meshing and then also competing against each other. It's really funny. So these 3 videos literally is the same thing, because like I said, it happened with all in the same day. The only difference is that somebody's fighting somebody different, but the interactions, the comedy, the commentary is pretty much all the same. It's just us chilling and trying not to piss each other off. So like I said, number 3 goes to we playing Dragon Ball, not fighters. Number 2 goes to pure chaos, and number 1 goes to blocking what's that. So those are my top 3 picks. I kind of cheated by not going in depth into each and every one, but like I said, they're pretty much all the same video. So watch it, man. It's probably the best the channel has to offer right now, because I'm planning on making some changes in the future with the channel, but we'll see about that. But definitely, if you check any videos from this list out, check these 3 videos out, because this is pure squad like time. This is pure squad time. Like, I don't think there's any other videos that are funny than these 3 right here. So that's gonna be it for the top 5 videos of the channel, and it's gonna be the end of the celebration week. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed making these videos for the week and really reflecting on how the channel has grown since 2020, which is where I really started taking this seriously. It's come a really long way, just from uploading random fights to making thumbnails to making multiple intros and outros to adding commentary to adding other people to commentate with me. Like, I've grown a lot and when doing this whole YouTube thing. So I really hope I just can keep this up for the incoming years, and hopefully with me growing my own personal career, I can forward this YouTube career to something really special. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this series and this video, make sure to hit that like button. I really hope you guys subscribe, because there is more videos coming in the future. And with that being said, guys, I really hope you guys enjoy your New Year's Day, and I wish you the best of luck for 2022. See you guys in the next video. Sayonara.